The Bible is a holy book which teaches the true history, law and purpose for mankind. It teaches that after Christ's resurrection, the gospel message of blessing was being proclaimed in the Roman province of Judea. Within a few years it blossomed as far away as Britain. Gildas, a leading 6th century cleric from Britain, indicated several reasons why the gospel took root early among them. Britain seemed, by its remoteness, the safest haven from persecution, and lastly and chiefly, God, in a more peculiar manner, did always favour the islands as under his immediate protection, for as he daily walls them with his providence, he made a particular promise of his gospel unto them by the mouth of his prophet. And I will set a sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. A great missionary belonging to the time of the Church Fathers was Patrick, who went to Ireland. He wrote, "The Lord brought down upon us the wrath of his indignation, and dispersed us among many nations, even to the end of the earth." And again, "How much more ought we to aim at this, we who are the epistle of Christ for salvation to the end of the earth?" The Roman Emperor Constantine is well known, but his descendant, King Arthur, has been portrayed as a mythical figure. While Catholics have made many myths about him, histories of Arthur's life survive to the present. From these records, scholars see that King Arthur was brought up in a Christian culture and became king of the British nation. His subjects and allies included the Anglo-Saxons, who had begun the conquest of England some years before, and other nations. There is scientific evidence to show that the Christianity of Arthur's Britain was different to Roman Catholicism, and there is even a record of Arthur going to war against the Catholic Roman Empire. The gospel, which had taken root in the Roman province of Britain years before, was taken by Patrick to Ireland. Ireland was soon converted and began to send missionaries to Scotland. The Scottish Church sent missionaries into northern England, and the gospel was soon being proclaimed by the Celtic Church within continental Europe. Years later, in 597 AD, when the Pope sent a mission to convert the English, it was not to convert heathen, but to turn the English from Celtic Christianity to Romanism. The old Christianity and the Roman Catholic views clashed in England. From the time of Bede, there was a mixing of views, but the Viking Wars caused the old learning to be revived by Alfred the Great. And even though the conquest by the Normans enforced the Catholic view, there was a spirit of dissent in the land. Robin Hood attacked fat bishops and abbots, so that in the late medieval times John Wycliffe could preach openly with support from the highest levels of government against Roman errors. When England turned Protestant under the reign of King Henry VIII, the nation began its ascension into greatness. Albion would become Jerusalem. When Elizabeth I was on the throne, the English people became known as the people of the book. Richard Hakluyt argued, "And therefore, in seeking the kingdom of God, we are not only tied to the deep search of God's sacred word and to live within the perfect limits of Christianity, but also, by all means, we are bound to multiply and increase the flock of the faithful. God's providence therein being considered, who most mercifully saith by the mouth of his prophet Isaiah, I will gather all nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory, and I will set my sign among them, and I will send those that escape of them unto the nations, to the isles afar off, that have not heard my fame, neither have seen my glory, and they shall declare my glory among the Gentiles. I am sought of them that asked not for me. I am found of them that sought me not. I said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name. Then saith, it is so appointed that there shall be one shepherd and one flock. What hindereth us of England, being by God's mercy for the same purpose at this present most aptly prepared, not to attempt that which God himself hath appointed to be performed? There is no doubt but that we of England are this saved people, by the eternal and infallible presence of the Lord, predestined to be sent unto these Gentiles in the sea, to those isles and famous kingdoms, there to preach the peace of the Lord. For are not we only set upon Mount Zion, to give light to all the rest of the world? Have not we the true handmaid? Queen Elizabeth I, of the Lord to rule us, unto whom the eternal majesty of God hath revealed his truth and supreme power of excellency, by whom then shall the truth be preached, but by them unto whom the truth shall be revealed. It is only we, therefore, that must be the shining messengers of the Lord, and none but we. For, as the prophet saith, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, Thy God reigneth. The translators of the King James Bible wrote in the preface to their translation, For whereas it was the expectation of many who wished not well unto our Zion, equating England with Zion, that there should be one more exact translation of the Holy Scriptures into the English tongue. And we have great hopes that the Church of England shall reap the good fruit thereby, and we shall be traduced by popish persons at home or abroad, who therefore will malign us because we are poor instruments to make God's holy truth to be yet more and more known unto the people. Christianity had permeated English culture, as Shakespeare wrote, This blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England, this nurse, this teeming womb of royal kings, for Christian service and true chivalry, this land of such dear souls, this dear, dear land, dear for her reputation through the world.